Hi, this is Jerry Alchemisti from Carmel, California. I play at Laguna Seca Golf Ranch. This is Golf Smarter, episode 962.
We know our coaches so well, we can help direct you to a specific coach. But the experience as a whole is you can get on the app and you can go scroll through yourself all their biographies, what their costs are, and they have any content. You can get a piece of that content and experience them. And you're going to get better no matter where you are in the world. We've had people taking lessons in airports, hitting balls into lakes, hitting it in the forest, in the fields, in kitchens, in living rooms, in backyards, in garages. It's really been all over the map on where a Golf Live lesson has been taken. And it's been a lot of fun to watch. We had a coach from Australia giving a little girl in China a live golf lesson. She was 12 years old. How impactful is that?
Live remote golf lessons takes a giant leap forward with the Golf Live app by founder Keith Cioli.
This is Golf Smarter, sharing stories, tips, and insights from great golf minds to help you lower your score and raise your golf IQ. Here's your host, Fred Green.
Welcome to the Golf Smarter podcast, Keith.
Hello, Fred.
Good to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me. Great to see you.
Yeah, good to see you too. And I'm very intrigued by your new product because there's been other products out there that seem to be similar, but you're saying yours is not. So the product is an app for iPhone or Android, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
And that it is for the average golfer to get lessons without leaving the comfort of their own hitting bay.
That is exactly right.
Okay.
And much more.
All right. Well, it was great talking to you, Keith. Thank you so much for all that explanation. Tell me about it. It's called Golf Live app, right?
Yes, Golf Live app. And yes, you can download it in either app stores. But we provide live virtual golf instruction at a level that's never been seen before. And and that's just the tip of the iceberg, quite honestly. So whether you're a coach that wants a tool that allows you to consolidate 5 apps into one, because it's not just a live lesson. We also have async lessons and sending the pre-recorded videos back and forth. We have payment processing. We have the calendar integration. We have a marketplace. We have live streaming where you create your own content and it posts on your profile, just like a YouTube channel, and people can subscribe to your channel there and be able to scale your name. But also where our patents come into play is the ability to our coaches can record the student in real time while they're on a live FaceTime call. So imagine, and it's not a FaceTime, it's all in the app. But imagine you're on a FaceTime call and your coach actually records your swing, immediately plays it back for you with the drawing and annotation tools so you can actually see what they're talking about and see your live replay. And then they can pull up the side-by-side from your lesson last week or Tiger Woods swing or whatever it might be and do side-by-side of your swing you just did and be able to compare the two. And then, okay, we're going to get off of that. And now we're back to the live call. We're going to go have an hour-long or 3-hour-long or 10-minute lesson, whatever it is. The entirety of that call is actually going to record and save, and all the live replays you were doing along the way are also organized and saved separately so you can quickly go to them. So it creates a very interactive, very impactful experience as if you're sitting there at the range with your student, with your phone. You do this and then say, hey, come here and look at this, right? We've created that even if you're countries away, which we have coaches that coach country, across borders here. So it's never really been done before.
Yeah, I mean, the apps that I've heard of and I'm aware of that we've talked about in the past are the kind of things where you record your video and you send it to the teacher and they'll get back to you. But you're saying the big difference here is everything is live. You're getting a 1 hour, let's just call it a 1 hour lesson with a coach in real time.
Yes. So some of our competitors, they might send these async videos, what we call them, what you're talking about there, back and forth to each other, right?
Right.
And then maybe they'll say, hey, let's get on a Zoom call to me. Well, all of ours is all in one place. And so all this is live. In between your sessions, your live sessions, you will be sending those async videos back and forth and getting a voiceover analysis, okay, and check-ins and whatnot. We also have on-demand calling. So let's say your coach and you are texting on the app, say, hey, can you get on a call for 5 minutes? Yeah, sure. I'm available in 10 minutes. Let's hop on a call. They just call you really fast. And instead of pulling up FaceTime or WhatsApp, whatever it might be, you're pulling up a video call with our technology embedded into it, right? And so, and then that call will record and save. So it's not a scheduled lesson, but it's just like you're texting your coach, at the club. And so we've got all these different touch points to make sure it feels like you have a 24/7 coach, even though you're not on tour.
Wow. That's a huge difference. I mean, technology, maybe you're the first one to do it, but you're not going to be the last, obviously. So,
yeah, no, you're exactly right. And so we're staying ahead of the game here. We've got a lot of fun features coming out, and we're actually integrating right now launch monitor technology into it as well. So while you're on the live call, if your student has this specific launch monitor, all their data will populate for the coach, even though it's literally like you're in a bay with them.
But the sense that I get from the way you're describing it, this is not just an app for instructors.
Correct. So
it is, right?
So we service the whole ecosystem, and that's what I like to tell people is we are a complete ecosystem, turnkey for wherever you are in your profession or in golf. And so we service the golf coaches and coaches that are interested in getting rid of 5 different apps on your phone, whether it be for video storage, calendar, payment processing, etc. We do it all for you in one place, so you're not confusing your students. And so we're always taking on new coaches, and they might just use it with their current clients. They might not need our marketplace at all. They just need a more efficient tool for their in-person lessons, because we also do in-person lessons with our platform as well. And so if you're a student and you see me in person, I can do all your videos, all of your calendar integration and scheduling and payment processing with the club, whatever it might be. We can do all of that right there in person and store all of your data on your profile. So wherever you are in your phase of your career as a coach, we can serve you. As a golfer, we have PGA level guys all the way to 100, shooting 130 on here. And so whether you have a coach you like, or whether you want to come to our marketplace and go and search all the different coaches, we currently have a little over 387 coaches in 12 countries that you can pick from. So that portion, we want to grow the game one golfer at a time. And I'll get into my story here in a little bit, but we also service companies, and we set up in commercial towers and create a golf activation for the entire company or the entire tower, and they can go downstairs and at lunchtime get a golf lesson.
Whoa. So who do you see as your closest competitor or in not just in function, but is like when you look at the list of the golf apps, the golf instruction apps, you're like, number one on the list is fill in the blank here.
I don't like to talk about my competitors' names.
Well, there's this one that has an app that looks like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of what we're doing is completely different, and so I'm very realistic in the fact that when I'm talking to people, I do list out company A, company B, company C. What we've done though is grab the core of what they do, the core of what they do, the core of what they do, and we've got our own patents, and we've uniquely put it all into one package. And so when you talk about async lessons, okay, there's a couple of apps out there for async lessons. I'll go ahead and name those. But when you go look at a Skillest or an OnForm, right, they do a lot of async, and I'm sure that they do some other things as well, and they do it very, very well. Okay. I love the guys at OnForm. Great guys. whenever you look at a coach that has an Instagram or a YouTube, right? Well, they don't monetize that very well. And we inside of Golf Live can actually help them monetize that. So now we're grabbing, I'm not saying we're YouTube, I'm not saying we're Instagram, but we do live streaming with our live replay. So it's a very interactive live stream. And these coaches can have guests on and give golf lessons while the whole world watches a live golf lesson with live replay and annotation and all that kind of stuff. And so it's a totally different level of a live stream than just going on Insta Live. And so what we've done is now you can go host your content here and have your followers come here and subscribe to you for just this, level of content, because we do multi-tier subscriptions. And coaches, they create their own business. We have no control of that. You want your package to be worth $5 or $5,000, right? They pick all that. And then you go look at a Calendly, right? Well, if you're a coach and you're paying Calendly or you're paying Zoom because you use Zoom so much for so many online lessons, I mean, we do all that. And so that's really, whenever you talk about competitors, we tried our best to create one ecosystem, one-stop shop. You come here and you don't have to leave again.
You got into this space knowing that there was competition out there, whether we mentioned their names or not. But what was it that you felt like you hit upon and said, okay, I've got it? And how did you, what got it going for you? How did you develop this?
Yeah. So to be honest with you, back when I was a junior in college, my little brother passed away. And I appreciate it. And he was the golfer of the family. And I really started golfing a lot as my therapy, right? And wow. I really got addicted to the game. And my family's overly competitive, all of our cousins. And we created a golf tournament that, we went to every year, and it's, way more competitive than it should be. And I was working at a Fortune 500 company, and married, kids. And so it was tough to get a golf lesson, tough to get better at the game of golf, but I loved to go out there and play it. And I was getting worse as I had more kids and, job and career, right? But there had to be a better way. Well, I went out the Wednesday before I left town for my cousin's golf tournament and developed the S word out there at 8:00 at night on the range. Kids were asleep. I went down to the range, and here come these balls that don't, feel good, look good. And I'm headed out.
That S word. Okay.
Yeah. That
I
S
only
word.
know that because as you're speaking, your hand is flying off to the right.
I get
S word.
I get in trouble when I say that word out loud a lot of times. So
you mean with your own game? Yeah. I wouldn't have a problem with you saying it. Do you want me to say it so everyone knows what we're talking about?
I developed the shanks.
Oh, that S word. That's not the one I was thinking of. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, developed the shanks right there on the range. 8:00. It's a lit up range, and I'm driving the next morning to our cousin's golf tournament, and I went on to one of our current competitors today's platform to figure out. I was like, there's got to be somebody around the world that can help me right now. I know it's late. It's 2 p.m. somewhere, and a coach can help me. And it just didn't exist. I mean, the app that I went to, a guy responded to me and gave me a 33-second, voiceover lesson. I think it was like 48 or 72 hours after our tournament was already done. And I was like, there has to be a way to just hop on a call with somebody and help me through this. But it's got to be, if you're going to make a company out of it, it's got to be more efficient than FaceTime, which is where the live replay came in. And really, before COVID started, I had this idea in my head of, I'm a busy professional, but there's got to be a better way to get better at this dang game and not let stuff like that happen. And so prior to COVID hitting, we started mapping it out and really putting a pen to paper here. And I emailed out about 200 PGA professionals and said, hey, would you ever consider coaching in a live virtual format in this manner? And I only had 2 people respond to me. a little discouraged, but I kept on going. March comes along in 2020 and COVID just really shuts everything down. We didn't have anything built yet. We were working on it, but my inbox flooded with, hey, did you ever build that internet thing? Right?
Yeah, right. All of a sudden, everyone's like, I can't get out of here. I need to be able to keep my business alive.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
And so it really helped us get advisors and people to help us build out how are we going to build something that's bigger and better than what anyone's ever thought of. And it's still taking a lot of time for us to really teach people how to teach in this manner, which is teach people how to teach people. But it's just different. And then you have your student with you for a lifetime in an ecosystem that is very user friendly. And so we really believe that this is the future of the game, whether they're an in-person student or a virtual student, they're going to be hosted here on Golf Live.
That's incredible. That's incredible. So now you say you have 387 coaches in 12 countries. And you're still building your stable of coaches? And
yes.
What is your pitch to them? I mean, specifically, now that you've got it up and running and that you're post-COVID,
yeah.
What's your pitch?
So I'm not scared to say this out loud, but everyone's
Shank, you're afraid to say,
everyone's got to start somewhere, right? And the product that we bootstrapped starting out in 2020, and God bless everybody that really gave us a shot and an opportunity and saw the vision. They hung with us, and it wasn't the best product in the world. It just had a decent and really good vision, right? And in really this year, we launched what we call Golf Live 2.0, but it's still Golf Live. And it's a totally different product that's had a lot of investment into it and a lot of, the best in the world when it comes to video engineers and a lot of incredible brand ambassadors and partners that have really put a lot of input into this, and we've had a lot of time into it. And so we've had 4 years to put all the pieces together. And so, yes, we are now building our stable, whereas we kind of went on pause there for a little bit when it came to coaches as we launched 2.0. And some people saw 2.0 in January compared to what it is today. And we've even added in so much stuff, and it looks incredible. And we're always innovating and adding things to it. And so whenever we talk to a golfer, it's, hey, you're going to have a coach in your pocket. Whether you have time for a live lesson or not, you're going to get better at the game. I guarantee it. Whether you just like to watch content and get on and listen to a coach talk, you're going to be able to find that there too. And, we have, I had to put a clause in our terms of services that if you get in a motor vehicle accident while driving, while on the app, we're not liable, because we have coaches and students that are creating such good relationships on the platform that they start driving home and they're still on a FaceTime call, right?
Oh, wow.
And I call it FaceTime, but they're still on a call with their coach. I'm like, please don't do that anymore. And so you see the type of community.
It sounds like a lawyer got in touch with you on this and said, so we've already gotten paperwork. People are having problems. We need to put a disclaimer on here. Yeah,
right. No, so so we're starting to build our stable. And to answer your question, what is your pitch to a coach? We are genuinely going to make your life easier. We're genuinely going to scale your business. And if you want to consolidate the 5 different locations that your students are in today into one and let us come in and get them all there for you and get your brand out there to the world, then we're the place to do it. And we're going to be able to enable you to do that. And we're not just going to and say that. We have an actual dedicated marketing team that's there for you.
And now what is your pitch to the consumer, to the golfer out there who doesn't have a coach and is looking for one but doesn't know how to find the right one?
Yeah. So you can always reach out to contact@golfliveapp.com if you're ever confused about a coach or want to get a curated coach just for you. And we can get on a call with you and walk through where's your game at? What are you looking for? What's your price point? What kind of membership do you want? Or do you just want one-on-one lessons? And we know our coaches so well, we can help direct you to a specific coach. But the experience as a whole is you can get on the app and you can go scroll through yourself all their biographies, what their costs are, and if they have any content, you can get a piece of that content and experience them. And you're going to get better no matter where you are in the world. We've had people taking lessons in airports, hitting balls into lakes, hitting in the forest, in the fields.
Wait, hitting into lakes on purpose?
Oh yeah. I had a video
I did one on Sunday and didn't mean to do that.
Yep. Bucket of balls sitting into lakes. And we've really seen it all in kitchens, in living rooms, in backyards, in garages. It's really been all over the map on where a Golf Live lesson has been taken. And it's been a lot of fun to watch. We had a coach from Australia giving a little girl in China a live golf lesson. She was 12 years old, right?
Wow.
How impactful is that to see? And so it's been really cool to be able to be a part of their lives and know that there's a scratch golfer on the platform that took a lesson in his garage. He's got 2 kids and a job all the way through the day and night, and he just shot I think it was a 63 and got his first ever hole-in-one. He sent me the scorecard. And so if that guy's taking lessons, I know that a lot of other people listening out here need some lessons and, and some pointers here and there. And they might say, I just do it casually and for fun. I promise you golf's a lot more fun if you shave 5 to 10 strokes off your game. And so we can do that for you from your backyard.
Yeah, this guy says he's a scratch golfer and he's got 2 kids. He may have more. He just doesn't know it. If he's a scratch golfer, he's playing a lot more than his partner's like, unless you're making money at this, cut it out.
Yeah,
I need help at home.
That's exactly right. To be fair, he played at Texas Tech, so.
Okay, he's one of those golfers.
Yes.
Okay.
It's like it's in his blood for life.
Yeah, hopefully his kids too.
Yeah, right. That's exactly right.
So yeah, I would love to hear more success stories from various students. Great golfers or bad golfers, high profile or not.
Absolutely. So Arian Foster has been a student of ours. And
I know that name. Where do I know that name from?
Ex-NFL running back for the Houston Texans. And,
okay.
He still lives in the Houston area, actually, greater Houston area. And he's been fantastic to work with. He started as shooting in 95 to 100 in that range. And whenever he reached out, we set him up. So we can send people with a tripod and make sure they're really set up. And so we got him everything.
Wait, you did that. You set up that because he's in Houston. He's local for you.
Oh, no. So any of our students can reach out to us, and I have some of them here in the office right now. But actually, one of our partners is iRange, and so we can ship you straight to your house a very heavy duty tripod that you just clip your phone to, and make sure that you are geared up for your lesson in a very efficient manner. It's a Golf Live logoed tripod.
Of course.
And yes, of course it is. And so iRange does amazing work. They have an amazing tripod. Just throwing that out there.
iRange? Wait a minute. I don't know. What is that?
iRange is great. They are sturdy. They are heavy duty. I'm not a partner in the company. I'm not getting paid to say that. They're great. Yeah.
iRange tripod?
Yeah. iRange tripod. They're phenomenal. They're heavy duty and it's metal or steel, I guess. And they're also super easy to throw in your golf bag. So they're really great. And so anyways, we set Arian up with this, and I think it was I'd have to go back and look, and if people compare what I said a few months ago to today, I apologize if I'm a couple months off, but in a very short period of time, I want to say it was like 6 to 7 months, he was down shooting into the low 80s, just doing virtual lessons. Yeah.
Wow. Well,
So
that's a heck of a testimonial.
yeah,
But he is a former professional athlete too. So.
He is a professional athlete. That's exactly right. But, and we're in commercial towers. It's the other type of business that we serve, which goes back to my story. And we we have employees all over the world that are in towers that at lunchtime go downstairs to the Golf Live setup, which is a net and a mat, or their building might have a simulator. But we work with those buildings to provide everybody a Golf Live membership. And so they can actually walk into, instead of going to the gym at lunch, you can go downstairs and take a golf lesson at lunch. And so we see people really impacting their bottom line at work because of the benefits of golf, physically, mentally, and as a culture, right? I mean, Fred, you've probably seen more golf than a whole lot of people in this world, and you know the power of golf, right? And so we really firmly believe in that, and that's where we come in and we immerse the culture with golf and Golf Live. And yeah, we have employees all over the world that just get their mental headspace right and go downstairs for 30 minutes and bang balls with a live coach.
Oh my gosh! So you've I've got to believe there's been investors at some point. I mean, the way I'm hearing it, you've been at it for like 6 to 7 years already.
I appreciate it.
And you're up to 2.0. You've something, I'm sure you weren't generating any revenue the first couple of years.
Boy, is that right.
Well, no. So where is your revenue stream? Who pays whom?
Yeah, it's man, I say this all the time. Before you ever start a company, you got to be so passionate and excited about what you're doing to a crazy, crazy level, because you are going to face rejection and things aren't going to work. And let me tell you, building an app is not easy. Any of those ads you see, hey, we'll build your app for you for $79 a month. Guys, don't waste your money. I promise you.
It's junk.
It's a lot of work, and you've got to be crazy obsessed to put your feet on the ground when you start your day, knowing there's a 9 times out of 10 chance you're going to get punched in the face and rejected, to be honest with you. But I love every bit of it. And I just want people to keep betting against me, and we're coming, I promise. But we do have investors, and we're very, very blessed. We have some of the best partners in the world. I'm very, very blessed in that sense. And we have Chris Como, Xander Schauffele's coach, and Jason Day's coach, as a true partner in the company with us, not just a brand ambassador. So getting to have his type of perspective on a daily basis is huge. And, we're in the middle of a cap raise right now, actually, our second one. And stay tuned for some really, really fun announcements, because we've got some really cool people that are getting involved here and backing us. And we're in the middle of rolling that marketing message out, and it's going to be exciting to tell everybody who exactly that is.
And I'm suspecting that when you say stay tuned, you don't mean later in this podcast.
Yeah, I apologize. It can't be on this podcast yet, or else my attorneys might slap me on the wrist a little bit. I apologize, but on our social media, it'll come out.
And let me also say, yes, passion is really important when you're starting a new business, new idea. It's always critical to really believe in what you're doing. But let me also say that you need that support at home that's going to allow you and support you to do that and stick with you, and not going, okay, you've had your fun now. You haven't made any money in a couple of years. Get back to work. Right? Absolutely.
There's we did a cap raise a while back, and was really blessed to raise $2.5 million in 2021 right out of the gate, and with some incredible partners, like I mentioned. And so that really helped ease the burden. But there's always this in the back of your mind and in your spouse's mind, knowing we have to provide for our kids and long term, and all these cool things that we're doing and all these people we're seeing. None of that's going to matter if at the end of the day we don't start producing revenue for the company, right? And so But at our core, I just believe if we keep serving these coaches and keep serving these golfers, that'll come. And there's been nobody that's made a larger sacrifice than my wife with how much I've traveled and how difficult it is to start a company. And she was there day one saying go for it, right? And so she trusts that we're going to get it done, and everybody trusts in the vision and knows that we're too passionate to let this opportunity slip by.
Okay, so the good news is that the teachers that use this, the students that use this aren't holding you up, aren't supporting you on this yet. But to the consumer now, what are the costs involved from downloading the app forward?
Yeah, so I'm super transparent. We want to be a transparent company. And to answer one of your questions earlier on in the cast here is we actually get our revenue, whether it be from a company, a B2B company that's providing the membership for the employees, right? They'll pay us and then we pay the coaches. But for the most part, if it's not our B2B side of the business, we actually, the coaches are the ones that are paying us a per golfer type of fee that they're coaching, right? While they bring on their own golfers. And so from a marketplace side of things, and here's where it's a little different. When you go and see a coach's membership is $100 a month, you're going to pay $100 a month. And so we are working with our coaches on, covering our costs and generating revenue through that. But at checkout, you're not going to get charged $115. So we're very transparent in that. And there's a lot of companies out there where you buy the $100 and then you get to checkout and it's $137.58.
Yeah, right.
And where did all these fees come from, right? So that's not us. And so the golfer is going to know that it's going to be a very honest experience where they get to check out and the membership they're buying or the one-on-one lesson that they're buying, whatever it might be at checkout, that's exactly what it's going to be. And with our coaches, if it comes from the marketplace, then we take a little commission of everything going on. If it's a coach that says, hey, I've got a book of 100 students, well, come on, we're going to serve you and all your students, and we'll just have a per month, fee that you're paying us to be able to serve them. And so that's how we generate that revenue and fund the company.
You've used the word membership multiple times.
Yes.
Define that for us in this.
So as a coach, you curate your business. We're not going to run this for you from a sense of telling you what you need to do on the platform. Now, we are going to only have vetted coaches. So when you go on and apply to be a coach, I know there's a lot of good golfers out there that think they can coach, which is great. And we appreciate you more than you know, especially when we're out there with you playing. But we want to have a very credible coaching platform and have vetted coaches. And so when you apply, you can't just start coaching immediately on the platform. We want to make sure that you actually have a coaching business and you're accredited. So
you have to be a PGA certified instructor?
You don't have to be PGA certified anymore. That is definitely a shoe-in to get onto the platform, if you will.
Sure.
But there are a lot of coaches like Chris Como that are dang good coaches, right? That don't have a PGA certification. And so,
wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we actually walk through and vet every single person that comes through. And so you talked about memberships. Each coach, they can put as many layers of a membership as they want on their platform. And we've made it super easy, or they can sell packages as well. So it's a one-time, $1,000 fee for 15 lessons or whatever it might be. Or it's, hey, buy a $150 membership and you're going to get a live lesson. You're going to get 2 async lessons. You're going to get access to all my live streams, whatever it might be. That coach builds that out. Now, we help these coaches with any bit of ideas that they would like. But at the end of the day, it's their decision, their business, and their athletes that they're serving. So you can also go in there and just say book lesson, one-time fee, one lesson and done type of deal. I think the memberships are way better value because you get a lot more that comes with it for a very, little bit more.
But, if a golf instructor isn't working for you, you shouldn't be working with that person. So how does the golfer get to vet other than just reading a bio? I mean, should they just buy a single lesson and try out different? Because it sounds like with the amount of coaches that you have and with the speed with which you are growing, that it's almost like Costco of coaches, right? You just walk in and it's like completely overwhelming. It's like, I don't know where to start here.
Yeah, that's exactly right. On the platform, we try to put our most active coaches on the homepage, to be quite honest with you. But that, neither here nor there, all the coaches on the platform, they are real coaches. They are very good at what they do, or else they wouldn't be on the platform. We have actually embedded a feature, and coaches can choose to do it or not, but I'm going to say 90% of them have it, where you can actually do a free 15-minute consultation. Get a feel of the technology. Is this for you? Let me talk to the coach and really have that interaction with them, and prior to moving forward with booking anything. And that's entirely free. You don't even need your credit card. So when you're downloading the app, when you're creating a profile, all that's free. Get to the homepage, find a free consultation with the coach, and chat with them for 15 minutes with a golf club in the hand, get a taste of the tech, and go from there.
So then you can just say, I just want, the classic lesson is, I'm playing in a golf charity tournament next week and I haven't picked up a club in 3 years. I need a lesson, make me better at, there's always that goes on. But for the serious golfer who wants an ongoing presence in their life of a coach who knows their game and they don't have to re-explain it every single time. So you've got all that covered, right? You can just come in and do a one-up or a one-off.
That's exactly.
Or you can sign up for a series.
That's exactly right. And, we had the guy that I was telling you about earlier that shot a 62 in a hole-in-one, right? You got the range of people on the platform is that to, well, really PGA players as well, but that's neither here nor there. We've had someone reach out and say, hey, I'm scared to death. I'm going to the golf course for the first ever time on a business meeting, and I don't even know what to wear. Can I talk to somebody? Can someone tell me what to wear? And how do I act? Right. And so that person, I'm really, really thankful that we're there just to ease her mind and let her know, hey, it's okay. Here's what you do. Right. And so, we can service everybody. One-time fee, memberships, packages. Hey, I just want to watch their live streams, so I'm just going to pay this. It's kind of a la carte and whatever phase you are in your life or your golf journey.
That's amazing. I'm very impressed. I think this is something that I could see myself using.
Awesome. Bring it on. Let's do it.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. But I've been thinking about, in all this time that I've done this.
Yeah.
962 episodes. I've only taken 2 or 3 golf lessons. I've always felt like, I've always felt like that I wanted to use the podcast as a way of learning and improving and prove that it can be done.
Yeah.
So when I started the podcast, I was probably 18, 19. I don't even know if I had an index at that point, but I was definitely struggling to get into the high 90s.
Right.
And I've gotten down to, single digits.
Wow.
And still trying to get down into single digits.
There you go.
Back and forth. But I've never really had anybody working with me. And I can see that for someone like myself that this could really be valuable. But crosses my mind now, if you're playing in a tournament and you call up your instructor because that would be illegal, I guess, because you're not allowed to have coaching during your round, are you? Legal for tournament play, a little fine print.
I know that we've had people have 20-minute range sessions with their coach right before tournament, right? Especially high school kids and that don't have the coach traveling with them. So maybe that's as far as that goes when it comes to tournament play. But we've also had people that do 3-hour playing lessons on the platform. People that travel down to Florida during the winter, their coaches up north are doing playing lessons with them. They just clip their phone on the golf cart, and that coach is with them the whole round, right?
Wow.
And recording the whole round.
See, that's the other thing that I think is just wonderful is that you get to record your entire round and go back and look at it again. It's like, what did he say? Because I did do a weekend golf instruction. I did a golf school once early on in the podcast. And it felt like I, made some progress. But as soon as I left, like, what did they say?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. After 2 rounds, and now I'm like, am I doing this the way they explained it? So being able to have access to my own library of video footage and conversations would be amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't store to your device, right? You're not going to have a 3-hour playing lesson video on
it
your
stores on your platform and your servers.
It stores on the app, so it doesn't take up any storage in your phone. And so we host it all for you. And yeah, you can quickly pull it up and scroll to, hey, what was he saying? And okay, yeah, got it. Boom, go do it. And so yeah, your whole history is saved for you forever.
So where does the pricing for the consumer, for the golfer, where does the pricing, is there a number that you can say it starts at about here and goes all the way up to there?
Yeah, let's say that you want an actual live lesson, right? And it's not just the live streaming, because some of the live streams are $5, $10, or hey, subscribe for $15, $20 and get all of them, free. When you start talking about individual instruction, whether it be async or live lessons or the memberships, really the bottom, there's going to be 100. And then we have coaches that go up to about 500. And whether that be a month or per lesson. So in between that is a pretty big range. I get that. But if you're a beginner and you just want to have something reasonable, okay, maybe you can do a 30-minute lesson for like $50, right? Okay. But that per hour cost is about $100 on the floor, and it can get up to about $500-$600 as the ceiling.
I'm sure. But it is basically very competitive with meeting with somebody in person.
Absolutely, except for it's way more convenient.
It's way more convenient. Wow. Yeah. And again, it's available for either platform for your phone. Does it work as well if on an iPad?
It works even better than an iPad. I learned that through building this, that iPads are actually better than iPhones.
Really?
Yeah. The memory and the processing and the chips and whatnot. An iPad's awesome. Yeah.
Okay, so it works for tablets. It works to phones. And it works on either platform. Well, there you go. And it's called Golf Live App.
Yes.
And you're at golfliveapp.com.
That's exactly right. And
what about social? If we want to see clips.
At Golf Live App. That's exactly right. On social, on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. That's and LinkedIn.
Excellent. Keith, this is really fascinating. Good luck to you on this one. It sounds like you're headed in the right direction and that you've got some really compelling ideas to make this a very strong and competitive product.
I really appreciate it. Our mission is to truly grow the game of golf, change the game of golf and how golf instruction is delivered in the future, and be a premier product for that. And so we appreciate everyone that has supported us to date, and looking forward to anybody that wants to try it out.
Well, I had my trip to Seattle this past weekend and did get to experience Chambers Bay, and it was quite the experience indeed. We didn't get any rain, luckily, but I guess August in the Seattle area, or to Seattle, Tacoma, you don't get a lot of rain, so they tell us. But it was overcast all day with temperatures in the humid upper 60s, which the humidity was kind of a surprise for the West Coast. But overall, the course was beautiful, difficult, and because it's walking only and covers 7.2 miles with hundreds of feet of elevation change, you go up and down the hills like 4 times. It was also a challenge to maintain your blood sugar and hydration. Now, I had my own caddy, Sam, and in a couple of weeks, we'll get to meet him as I recorded our conversation over the last couple holes. I tested him out for the first 14 holes or so and thought, no, this is a conversation we need to have. This guy is fascinating. The following day, we were scheduled to play at Eagles Talon at Willow's Run, but only made it through 4 holes as the rain showed up, surprising everybody. And it was raining so hard, and there was so much standing water, including like 2 inches deep on the greens, we just decided to take off and we were done with it. Now, in addition to meeting my caddy at Chambers Bay, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to meet a punk rock band that writes songs about golf. You'd think that would be like peanut butter and horseradish sandwich, but no, they make it work, and we'll hear how. Also, we'll learn about athleticism neurostacking, and the current state of golfers who walk, and much more. This week's Golf Smarter ambassador, Jerry Alcomesti of Carmel, California, plays at Laguna Seca Golf Ranch. Now, Laguna Seca is well known for their raceway, but the area is extremely well known for their golf, which includes Pebble Beach. Anyway, thanks, Jerry, for becoming a Golf Smarter ambassador. And Jerry has also asked for the free link to Tony Manzoni's video of the Lost Fundamental, which was his gift just for sharing with us where he lives, plays, and what episode number this was. And I'd like to invite you to also be a Golf Smarter ambassador and choose from one of 3 great gifts when you play. All you need to do is introduce a future episode. Just write to golfsmarterpodcast@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you with some very simple instructions on how to play. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions for future episodes, please write to me, golfsmarterpodcast@gmail.com, or click on the Hey Fred button when you visit golfsmarter.com.